New hair, same me. And again, sorry, just freshly out of the shower, but I just felt like I was ready to open my mind to a new challenge. There's probably not many videos, not many challenges I like more in this kind of olfactory creative space than the blind testing or tasting. I actually prefer blind tasting because it's kind of like referral to wine tasting and like blind tasting food. I find that olfactory tasting is very much similar experience. If you guys haven't done it, you absolutely should. I've met so many people who make extraordinary strong claims about that, they love this and this brand's base. They will always recognize oud or rose or this or that in a perfume. And that was until or like they always can tell if perfume is cheap or expensive or niche. That is until you give them something to try blindly and the whole judgment goes out the window. So there's probably nothing more meaningful for me to actually put my skills to the test, trying to predict the price, if possible the pyramid, and if possible even the specific brand of fragrance by doing a blind tasting. Thanks to you, I've got a few packages with samples to be blind tasted. One of the things that I tried recently, just like a short detour, I tried recently when I had friends staying over, they would just spray like a random fragrance from my collection, and I would have to try to guess it. I think I got better with time, but there were a few surprises, and actually a few not so nice surprises. Fragrances that I kind of clinged to over the years, but once I smelled them on a piece of paper on somebody's skin, I was like really underwhelmed. And I'm seriously now considering actually decluttering them possibly. But that I find to be super fun. But when you know your collection more or less, it's much easier. The things that you guys send me, and if you want to challenge me, the addresses, like the blogger addresses down below. This is truly just, it usually trips me up, not once, not twice. It opens up so many blind spots, but when I get it, a few times, I've done this before, I think once or twice, I guessed the fragrance exactly. Out of dozens of thousands of fragrances on the market, if not more, I guessed it to the T. That's probably like the euphoria of guessing it right. There's not much that I can compare to. But sometimes very obvious things I truly miss when I don't have a brand reference, bottle reference, or like the olfactory composition reference. So without further ado, let's start. I already tried all of these on a piece of paper once. I wrote down my first impressions, sort of to allow myself, like at least a few takes. Sometimes fragrance is kind of picky and it opens up differently, at least like to my nose and to my senses. So I usually go twice or three times before I record. This is a fairly fresh one. So number one. Number one gives me this kind of vintagey, very heliotrope heavy presence. So it's kind of like dry, herbal, dusty, a little bit powdery, a little bit bitter. Kind of, like this almost like dried hay. I don't know if there's any better way to describe the heliotrope heavy fragrance. So it's kind of flat at the same time. I don't find much of a movement in it. So something like this could be, but it's not also super heavy, at least doesn't seem to be on paper. So that could be either a relatively not expensive niche, I don't know, like Meliora or things like that, like $40-50 if you find it in the right place, or possibly some classics like something by Guerlain. I imagine the vintage Guerlain would be a little bit heavier, oilier, and a little bit more of a, with more of a base. This is kind of lighter. At least it portrays itself a slightly lighter version of what I would expect. So maybe it is either an affordable niche or a reformulated kind of like contemporary versions of some like classic designer perfume, or like I'm thinking like something from Guerlain collection. I don't know, Jiki or L'Heure Bleu or something of that kind. It's definitely not Mitsuko. Can't tell much more of that. I tried to wear it on my skin and pretty much got the same story. I wouldn't wear it. I have something similar, again, this like very heliotrope, vintagey, retro design heliotrope, which is the Esprit d'Oscar by Oscar de la Renta. I loved it. First I got it, and then I wore it when I was really, really sick, and it just like imprinted in my memory. Every time I smell this kind of heliotrope, heavy, dry, hay type of fragrance, I just get this really bad reaction. So I'm trying to rehome it now, but I might be completely wrong about this. So let's check the correct answer. Number 1 is okay, I didn't guess it completely right. So anyway, this is L'Aperche by Levine. So I guessed it right in the sense that it's a kind of contemporary version of a classic perfume. But what I thought was heliotrope heavy fragrance is actually old school aldehydes. I do have this tendency that I often mix the two. And this is why Esprit d'Oscar by Oscar de la Renta was kind of like, to me, replaced all of those Alpege, Chanel No. 5, and all of the older, old school aldehydic fragrances, because I don't really like old school aldehydes. But I found that heliotrope heavy fragrances give you almost the same kind of storyline. So what do we have? A white flowers, powdery, fougere, yellow flowers, amber. Well, I think I mean, I didn't nail it. It's not Guerlain, but I think I came pretty close. I'll call it like a relatively confident win. It's my channel. I can claim any wins I want, right? So what else? Number 2. Okay, let's see if I can keep the momentum going here. To be honest, doing it on camera adds an additional layer of dopamine, to be honest, because I really don't want to embarrass myself in public. So, but I also want to force a decision. I don't want to meander like, oh, it could be this, it could be that. I want to like commit to a particular point of view, because that really allows me to, if it's a contradiction or I completely missed like a big part of the story, it forces me to analyze it and like learn more about where are my blind spots. So here I would say this is kind of reminds me of a 1,000 of shippers. So this is kind of the patchouli here is slightly mineral, slightly wet, almost slightly moldy. Semi-sweet. There's probably some form of amber accord, I imagine. Again, like this like a kind of, it makes me think of Moonlight Patchouli by Van Cleef & Arpels, Coriander by Jean Couture, and like a legion of other more mineral-ish shipper patchouli fragrances. The same with one, something either affordable niche or rather affordable classic. Again, like I would be thinking Jean Couture, Coriander. Not sure, but I don't think I would wear it. I think I do have at least 2 or 3 options in my collection already, and it's not like I over shopped shipper fragrances last year because I was like on the kick. I was discovering shippers as a family, and I very quickly realized that I only like very few very specific options in that olfactory family, and everything else, I mean, I can appreciate it, but I wouldn't wear it. This is exactly that kind of situation. So I think in a way it kind of smells like paper and old books. So what am I going with? I'm going with something truly affordable, maybe from the 80s, like Coriander by Jean Couture. Okay. But again, like it would be so easy for me to call everything niche because you can find anything in the niche perfume market. So it would be a bit of a cop-out. I decided that I will only go with niche as a category if there's no other category, narrow category, that is more likely. Well, I guess the patchouli, I guess the price point. This is Fancy Nights by Jessica Simpson. I actually was thinking of buying it blindly last year when I was on a shipper kick. And a lot of people said that it smells rather similar to Prada Amber. And you know what? It kind of does. If you give me a second, I'll catch that. Here we have Prada Amber. By the way, looking to rehome it. This kind of amber patchouli is not quite my story, but it's like truly a cult favorite. And the Jessica Simpson, what is it, Fancy Nights? It like costs like, I think the tester you could buy for like $9 to $10. It's like really nothing. They are brother and sister. They are quite similar. But I would say that the Amber by Prada has a little bit more oomph. It's a little bit ambery, which I think makes it more interesting. But again, if Amber Prada is like your signature perfume and you want a little bit more with a little bit of a different twist, Fancy Nights by Jessica Simpson, I would say they are quite similar. They're not complete clones, and I would say, again, Amber by Prada is more interesting, but they're not that far from each other. I concur. Jessica Simpson Fancy Nights gives you that kind of ambery patchouli effect that Amber Prada does create. All right, number 3. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Again, should we call the second one a win? Yeah, I mean, I guess the price point, I guess the family. I didn't guess the perfume, but I actually have never tried Fancy Nights by Jessica Simpson, so I'll call it a win. Okay, number 3. I'm kind of surprised. This set came from Bella from New York, and we've done already a few bottle exchanges with Bella, and she really likes powerhouse type of fragrances. Mental, Baccarat Rouge, you know, all these like bright, flamboyant, almost stinky, you know, something that enters the room before you do. And yet she sends me things that are rather very elegant and almost demure. This seems to very, very demure to me. It's creamy, kind of like creamy tonka bean vanilla-ish with a little bit of, what is this? Is it some powderiness or some pepperiness? I don't know. It kind of makes me think of creamy lilac in Trussardi My Name, yet another very cheap, incredibly well-crafted fragrance, especially for its price. If you like lotiony, creamy florals, My Name by Trussardi. I used up half of a bottle before I rehomed it because, again, I'm not a big fan of lipsticky, creamy fragrances. I do have my fair share in my collection, but I don't need many. But that one, for the price. So this is what kind of makes me think, well, maybe there's kind of lipsticky rose in here, but minus any kind of oiliness or sourness that can come with the rose fragrance. So it's just very rounded, fluffy, soft, creamy, lotiony type of scent. I think I would wear it on like certain occasions. And I think I probably have something like that. I prefer soft spices to the kind of like creamy, lotiony, lipsticky type of situation. So, but it's something that I think I would enjoy wearing more than the previous two. I think since I thought of the kind of affordable designer market, I'm gonna stick with that prediction. What here is, I already tried some kind of soft vanilla-ish, possibly with rose or with lilac, kind of creamy, lotiony floral. Yeah. For some reason, like every time I smell something like this, I want to say Estee Lauder Sensuous or Sensuous Nude, but it's been a long time since I tried that one. Okay. Okay, this is niche. Really? Is this number 3? Yes, this is number 3. Okay, I'm a little bit in shock, guys. Just give me a second. What? So this is Stem Eau de Parfum. Stem is like a floral stem by Malin & Goetz, which is a niche brand. I love their Atelier Bloem line. The unfloral that captures the crispiness of freshly cut stems. I mean, do you hear this? And the aroma of crushed leaves. Okay. If this is not a mistake, Bella, I don't. You know, sometimes I guess something and I read the description, it's like, oh, that's what it is. This is the situation that I just respectfully disagree. I don't smell even a hint of any kind of stem-like green, leafy, nothing. I smell creamy, almost milky, lotiony type of lilac scent. What? Makes no sense. Honestly, no sense to me. Notes: mandarin leaves, wild freesia greens, hyacinth florets, muguet, maybe it's muguet, flower stalk, rose centifolia stems, jasmine buds, the dry down white cedar, vetiver, ambrox super, and musk molecules. No, what? Really? Okay, I don't get it. Stem by Malin & Goetz. I gotta research this more because this is weird. I'm not subscribing to that story at all, and I tried. Okay, this is obviously a miss on all accounts. I'm shook. I'm just not gonna lie. Okay, let's try to recover. What? How can I recover? I don't get it. I just don't. Okay, number four. Starting fresh, breathe. Slightly caramelly with woody base. Kind of this like elegant golden woody fragrance. I would wear this, yeah. This is like something I would just wear every day, kind of to work, if I felt like something semi-sweet but woody with a base. There's not much else to it that I feel. It makes me think of, is it Veni by Histoire de Parfums, possibly Woody Velvet or something like that by Dolce & Gabbana, like those like classic, soft, delicate, elegant, woody fragrances that are also like with a little bit of sweetness, but not like they're not too gourmand, they're not too heavy. I would put it in the I also feel a little bit of kind of like a leathery subtext to it. It's so quiet that it makes me think of Dolce & Gabbana line, because they are premium line, you know, the ones that velvet something. That line is surprisingly skin-like. That, like, longevity, sillage kind of projection, that's definitely not there. So, but that is pretty expensive. Yet when something is so simple and so quiet, it makes me think it could be something truly very affordable. Even maybe like one of those Jenny Glow or whatever, or like Armaf, you know, like made like Arabic clones of more popular perfumes. And again, obviously a niche could do something like that, no problem. But I feel again it would be a cop-out for me to just call it niche. I would say I'm gonna go with something really affordable, possibly like one of those Armaf Swiss Arabian or something like that clone. Number 4. Yeah, and as I said, this one I would wear, but like I wouldn't really think twice about it. To me, it's almost like just something pleasant to put on. Okay. I think I got it. At least, I think it's Arabic. It's Thalia Sodi Absolute Amethyst. I'll need to double check the price, but I have a suspicion this is a rather affordable line. This is vanilla, sweet, somewhat flowery fougere, amber, and powdery. They are not really mentioning any kind of woody notes, but maybe it's like what they call fougere plus amber. Well, now it seems more fougere to me, so like a little bit more kind of green, prickly. It's very pleasant, but it's just like I wouldn't think twice about it, to be honest. But it's probably the most wearable of the ones I tried so far. Okay, Semi-Win. The woody notes were not listed, but I think otherwise I got it. Just saying. Just saying, I'm that good. Yeah. Alright, number 5. The problem is also, the more you try, the less you feel. So the number 8 is gonna be, I'm not sure what I'm gonna smell there after all of this. Whoa! It's kind of, gosh, how do I describe it? It's heavy, it's kind of smothering, yet it has this kind of piercing note at the top. I don't know what it is. It's kind of, I feel like it's like smothering. In a way, the opening is like this kind of piercing, thorny, what they call maybe fougere, or I don't want to say citrus because people will think it smells of mandarins or oranges. That's not the case. But there's something there prickly and thorny and kind of fougere/citrusy at the beginning. But the base is just so sticky, sweet, and heavy and smothering. This is what I think Bella would like. That's like, now I recognize my olfactory friend. This sounds like Bella. It's something that I would just probably die if I wore more than one spray. Totally not my story, but that's for those who like opulent, loud perfumes. So, this makes me think of Garden Line by Amouage, but maybe a little bit cheaper in price and a little bit more pointy. So again, I want to say this is something, again, one of those Armafs, like, you know, like Arabic blends that kind of try to reproduce more expensive famous perfumes or kind of have their own authentic compositions. I would place this as like an affordable, possibly like affordable Arabic brand. Something flamboyant, again, like it depends where you are on this. For me, it is smothering and flamboyant. For some people whose collection predominantly consists of Montserrat, Mental, Amouage, you know, like all these kind of powerhouse perfumes, this could be like a nice, delicate, everyday option. Yeah, and what about the pyramid? I would say some kind of like orchid vanilla, maybe. There's almost nutty in a way. It's very well rounded, not too powdery, maybe just like a tinge. And it has some kind of balsamic, rich sweetness to it at the base. Okay, number 5. I didn't guess it, but I named the brand. This is Montserrat, Indian Dream. Definitely Eastern influence. One of the brands that I considered by default. Okay, so it's powdery, white floral, vanilla, a little bit fougere, fresh, spicy, flowery, and musky. I feel so full of myself. I'm reveling in my expertise. This is a high moment for me, guys. Just don't judge. I usually miss half of the things, so today's a good day. Maybe I should stop here, you know, just like not to ruin the score. Okay, because the stem, what I call the creamy lotiony, and that's about crushed leaves and floral stems. What? Still don't get it. But it's fine. At least I got the Montserrat. You know, I was thinking about buying Indian Dream. Where's the number 5? Let me try it again. Montserrat Indian Dream. Now it doesn't seem as bad. But it's fine. I will try to kind of just like the kill what's left here of 2 ml and see if I can tame it on my skin. I probably don't need a whole bottle because Montserrat bottles are like, what is it, 120 ml? It's like, anyway, number 6. It's kind of has this quality of air refreshener. It's like fruity, floral, abstract, semi-sweet, with maybe like some white musk somewhere. It also kind of, the opening smells to me like my Evernet hairspray. Like really has this particular quality of hairspray. Also, Eau de Soupir's by Laurent Mazzoni, LM Perfumes, had the same kind of thing. So I'm thinking musk, maybe certain, I don't know what gives this hairspray effect. Fougere slash ambery notes that are just very flat. Because amber can be fruity, can be rich, and can be resinous. The opposite, think the opposite, like something super thin, flat, almost piercing. No, like 100% no, not for me. I even for a second thought it had anise, which is one of the blacklisted notes for me personally. There's nothing wrong with it in perfumes in general, it's just like I don't like anise. It's almost like this medicinal anise-like quality to it, like some herbaceous infusion. I would say this is something very affordable. I mean, this could be niche actually, because it's weird. It's weird enough that it could be niche. Okay, I will be very okay, let's try to do this. Let's force a decision like that. I'll be very wrong in my assessment if this is a designer perfume. If this is a designer perfume, I'm a fool. Why did I say that? I want to say it's not expensive. Whatever that is. Ugh. Okay. Do you see me blushing? I'm glad my hair is red. You can't see the blushing as much as you would. Well, it is not expensive. I was right about that. And I kind of guessed it right, but like I didn't expect it to be so affordable. This is Shoop, right? I think that's how you say it. Levine, Shoop. For women. Levine, Shoop for women. Is it the German? No. French? I don't know. Vanilla, amber, woody. Remember I told you there's something like fougere amber, kind of like a piercing. That's what I call like hairspray smell. Somewhat balsamic, sweet, soft, spicy, white floral. Definitely no, not for me. Okay, well, I actually have been considering to try a few perfumes by Shoop because again, it's like it's well known as an affordable, and in certain circles it's a cult favorite, but it's so cheap, so I was kind of intrigued. Definitely not this one. Not this one. Not for me. Okay. How shall we call this? I mean, I did guess the pyramid. I did guess the price point. For some reason, I was just surprised that it was Shoop. I thought... I guess like in my mind, I was slowly sliding toward niche. But... I'll call it a win. It's actually, yeah, by form, it's a win. Okay. Number 7. Again, guys, if you haven't done it, ask somebody in your household to like do blind tasting for you. Your mind will be blown. Okay. It's another one. What was like the Indian Dream by Mansera gave me that impression. This is even more. It's just very bright, vivid, vivacious. Whoa. It's sweet, but with some kind of almost burnt berry note. It's like if you put berries on a skillet and you try to fry them. That's how I smell it. I think this is Arabic. I don't think it's very expensive. It doesn't smell expensive to me. There's not much of depth to it. It's bright, it's flamboyant, but I don't detect some complexity like something that I would expect to find in Amouage. So I think it's again Swiss Arabian, something of that kind. Armaf, Ajmal. Though Ajmal is not that cheap. I wouldn't be wearing this ever. Not for me. It's just too bright for me. What else? The pyramid. As I said, it's like fried or seared berries, maybe like dried fruits. It's very sweet, so probably vanilla, amber, and yada yada yada. I would call this a gourmand. Yeah, I think it's one of those. Okay, I'm pretty much out of options. How else to describe it? So let's just pull the plug. At this point, I'm just hoping this is not one of those like super classy, elegant boutique editions of Cartier, you know. That would be embarrassing. Well, it's not Cartier. It's definitely not Arabic. I would not have expected this from this brand. This is Bibliothèque by Byretto. Byretto, the IKEA of perfumes to me. It's like Byretto fragrances are just so usually light-ish and so super easy to wear. Bibliotech Byretto. Let's see. Fruity. Got it. Powdery. Vanilla. Musky. It's like musks here are very animalic and sweet, kind of what I call boiled musks. Sweet. Violets. Leather. I didn't really feel any leather. Oh, maybe it's there somewhere. But like to me, it's like these very, very concentrated, syrupy, sweet, slightly burnt berries and fruits. Oh, gosh. Well, if you guys like bright, sweet, fruity perfumes, apparently Bibliotech is the place to be. I would have, like, why did they call it Bibliotech? In terms of olfactory design, I would rather call it like some Hawaiian camping dessert. I don't know. You know, like the Hawaiian, like in Hawaii, you do, they do the same things with fruits that we do with hot dogs when you do like camping. Like, so you put all kinds of fruits on a stick and you kind of like just kind of blacken them in the fire. And actually fried or like seared blackened pineapples, so delicious. I would never have guessed they would be so good cooked. So this is what it makes me think of, not the library. Bibliotech Byretto. My mind is blown. Didn't expect that from Byretto at all. Okay, my last attempt to redeem myself. So yeah, I was wrong. I mean, I guessed the pyramid. Okay, half right. I guessed the pyramid correctly. Didn't guess the price point. Could not just could not have thought of Byretto as a potential suspect. Never. So 0.5. Okay. Again, gives me this sense of air refreshener with this kind of soapy, you know, like May Rose, Jasmine, Freesia, this, that. It's just like abstract, semi-soapy, creamy floral. There's not much that I feel to it. It's a little bit fruity, I'll give it that. There's just something there, maybe like peachy smoothie in a way, you know. Yeah. I think this is very cheap. At least to me it smells very cheap. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. Like, I tried to wear it on my skin and didn't really have much of a interest when it dried down. It just kind of quietly dissipated into nothingness. Okay, let's do this. Really? I had it! And actually was a better opinion of it when I had it than trying it now. This is Adam Levine for women. So this actually has this kind of very synthetic, fruity, white floral vanilla. And I actually enjoyed wearing it when I had it, but then very quickly got tired of it. It's just too flat. It doesn't have much of a complexity, but I didn't guess how much vanilla and sweetness was here, because when I was wearing Adam Levine on myself, it's all I ever felt. This almost like clingy, a little bit sticky synthetic vanilla. Here I felt more of a floral component than the sweetness, the gourmand nature of it. Oh, but now now that I know what it is, yeah, now I recognize it. It's much more sweeter to my nose now. Adam Levine for women. Did wear it before, got tired of it very quickly, would never go back. What did I guess? I guess it was something really cheap. That was correct. I mean, at least give me that, okay? Okay. But at this point, like, I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't guess it exactly, because Not only I had it in my collection, I actually wore it extensively in the past. But, you know. Yeah, this was an education. I have to say that I'm rather surprised by Bibliothèque by Byretto. It's so powerful and so bright. It's not for me. I wouldn't be putting it in my wish list. But like, it just, Byretto does some powerful stuff apparently. You just need to know what to buy from them. I mostly was under impression they were doing these like Joe Malone light compositions like Gypsy Water and etc. And what completely blew my mind, you probably can guess, is Martine Nguet's Stem Eau de Parfum. I have to study this more. I do not understand how I cannot detect a single note of what they say there is there, because to me it's just like this is the description and like I'm like somewhere there 50 kilometers away from what they say it is. It's just bizarre. The most wearable of them all to me was what? I think it was Absolute Amethyst by Thalia Sodi, but again, like it's not something that I fell in love with. So all in all, no new favorites here. But I think I did fairly well, don't you think? If you think I did well, please give me a like, leave a comment. If you want to send me a new challenge, please do. I love them more than probably any other video that I ever record. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely, please try do it yourself. You'll be amazed how much you learn more from actually doing a blind tasting of even of your own perfumes than sampling 1,000 other perfumes in the stores. This is a true test of our expertise, of our nose, and our understanding of ourselves. Alright, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't had a chance yet, and I'll see you in the next video.